Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon. How are you all? Hope you're all well, wherever you are in the world. Yes, we're in 2026. That came around very quickly. Just checking everything's working. Everything seems to be good, which is always a good start to the year, which is always a good start. Technical issues, I'm sure, will surface at some point, but in the interim, we'll make the best of it. Do let me know if you can't hear anything, you can't see the video or anything like that. We'll get that sorted, but as far as I know, we're good to go very, very shortly. Looks like we're green across the board, so I think we should get this party started, should we?
You have been granted passage among our stars.
This is a sacred service. Join our fleet's torchbearers.
It is the human who defiles our pilgrimage.
No one has ever ventured this far.
If the ancients turned their eye back to us, well, what could a beetle do against a hurricane?
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Are you about to do something unwise? Absolutely.
What have you done to me?
Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, happy new year to you all. Hope you're all well, hope you're all terribly spiffing wherever you've been doing in the week of 2026. I can't believe that it's been 2026. I mean, it's been last year we got to speak to you just before Christmas, just before we broke up for the festive period. I hope you all had a wonderful time. We all did. I think we're all relaxed and, you know, we're all refreshed and had a good little bit of a break, which is always nice to have. So I hope whatever you did over the festive time was wonderful. You enjoyed it and spent a lot of time with family, friends, and presents if you celebrate that such a thing. We've got a few names. Oh, hello, Slithering Peanut there in the chat. I see. Yeah, some of you already know we do actually have Michael coming back for part 2 of the interview. Yeah, we kind of ran out of time, to be honest, in the last stream in December. Lots of questions. I've got some that lined up from there that we didn't get a chance to ask, which I'm going to ask him. He's going to be on with us in probably about 45-50 minutes time-ish to go through some of those burning questions. If you do have any more questions for him, do throw them into the chat. Lee, as always, is with us, who's going to be collating those questions, putting them into the document so I can ask the relevant ones to Michael. So if you do have a question, please do throw them into chat. So what we're going to be doing today, apart from obviously the interview with Michael, is we're going to be doing obviously our gameplay. We like to continue our story that we're going through. We are chasing Eshahar now. Well, particularly we're chasing a Rosalind clone who's trying to do something stupid. So we're going to track him down if we can. And then obviously we're going to dip into questions if you've got them that I can answer regarding the game. I'm sure a lot of you might have them more for Michael and his segment. Then we're going to switch up to something that we've not really shown before. And I think one of the things is going to be very, very interesting, and that is Easter eggs within the game. I know a lot of people have found quite a few of them, or they know the relevance of certain things within the game, but there's one that I don't even sure if anybody's found. That'll be interesting. So we're going to show you that one. We'll have a little look-see and see if you like that at all. And then obviously we've got the first RFG top pick screenshot of the year. We've got absolute doozies coming over the Christmas period. I think we've had a lot of people come into the game, produce some wonderful screenshots that I've been diving through, and yeah, I think they're all going to be good. So yeah, if you've got a drink, settle down. We'll play some games for a little while, and then we shall dip into the interview with Michael in a little while. Just checking if we've had any questions come through already. Not that I can see anything particular. But yeah, oh well, Slithering Peanut did ask the question, and we'll talk about this quite often. But he wants to know: is there anything new coming from Rockfish? He's been busy, not being able to keep up with everything, which is absolutely fine. You know, you're not beholden to anything. But yeah, as Lee said, we've not announced anything new as of yet. We're very in early development, and we'll be sharing anything for quite a while. So I think you're just going to have to let us develop. These things take time. All good things come to those who wait. If there's something I haven't found at this point, I would be pretty surprised. You'll pique my curiosity for sure. Well, we might do. I like I say, I don't know for definite if anybody has actually found this in the game. I'm not entirely sure. But we'll talk about that anyway in the future. But anyway, let's dive in with some gameplay, shall we? Let's get into. We are on the checkpoint. I did the boo again. You know me. I can boo from time to time. So I'm just gonna hold that there. At the end of the last stream, obviously we got to this point, and we were chasing down the comet Eshahar, and specifically the Rosalind clone. Guess who forgot to save? It was a checkpoint. There was an automatic save, but because I do a lot of dealing with players who maybe have issues with their game saves, etc. I was testing some things, and then oops, out it went because it was an automatic save. So I had to replay through that last segment. So all that we did in the last stream, whoop. Yeah, I had to redo it again. But hey, getting to play Everspace 2, nothing wrong with that, is there? Nothing that. I even have saved items that are no longer possible to acquire. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's some things like that as well. That's cool. Right, anyway, we're going to try and chase down Rosalind.
I never imagined it would come down to this. Just us two Rosalind clones remaining. Of course it had to. The cosmos is cruel. You're free from Blakemore now. There's no need to be so fatalistic.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the only path remaining. The DMZ needs to change, and I'm going to be the one to alter the face
Look
of this
at Ben, he's in there,
place.
isn't he? He's in. He's giving it some beans there, isn't
Man,
he?
that cruiser's shields are way too strong. My weapons hardly do any damage. Just keep at it.
Keep at it.
Give up now.
Nope.
Ben, I think he's out of his senses. Not sure reasoning is gonna work. He sounds more than a little derailed, all right.
Beep beep. He loves sending out.
A massive hit from an asteroid. Shields are down. This is our chance.
Hello, he's taking my shield down.
Scrap. Shields are up again.
We're just going to try and avoid his gunfire if we can. Come on, we need his shields. Come on, shields. Take a big hit. Do you know what? That's not fun. I don't like that fact that he's hitting my hull. That's not friendly. Lynn, how you doing? Happy New Year to you as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see everybody's back. Hope you've all had a good festive period.
Asteroid hit. Let's deal some heavy damage. We're doing good. Keep at it.
We got it. We got it.
Down. Prepare for boarding.
Yeah.
I'm going in.
Going in.
Need to reach the bridge to abort the torpedoes. Right behind you. You know he's gonna try to stop us.
Yeah,
I'm
obviously.
counting on it.
Alex, how you doing? Good evening, good afternoon over on YouTube. Welcome along, welcome along. Good to see you again. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. Busy, 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 which is always good.
He's barricaded himself in. Didn't get these upgrades for nothing.
Look at Ben dishing out the gizmos and gadgets.
Cover me. Okay, on 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, took a shot. Took a shot.
Damn it! Can't disengage the missiles. Needs his DNA scan.
Boom.
Ben, no!
Shocking. Shocking.
Ironic that you'd be the cause of my downfall. You were the only one I showed mercy to.
Missiles will reach their target in 2 minutes.
2
What do you
minutes.
gain by
2
destroying
minutes.
the comet now? I'd rather leave behind chaos than nothing. You chose the wrong side. I should never have given you the chance. You know, I saw something of myself in you. Now that just makes me laugh. Ben.
Missiles will reach their target in 1 minute.
Oof.
Don't do this.
Give him a
Stop the
scratch.
missiles and we can both walk out of this alive.
Do you think?
We're long past that.
Do you think
Life
so?
is short enough, haven't you learned? Or have you been spoiled with too many chances? This is our last ride. The end of the Roslin line.
Terrible shot. He's a stormtrooper in disguise.
Missiles aborted.
Damn you. Was it worth dying for? Saving a bunch of jerks who'll never even know. You tell me.
Oof. Oh. That must be quite harsh. I can't imagine actually looking and seeing somebody who looks like die in front of you. That'd be a bit weird. A bit strange. Whoop. Here we go, Twiki bots. All the bots doing all sorts of repairs. There's Ben, there's Delia.
How are you feeling?
A bit sore, but fine. What's this doing here? Some token of the Commissioner's appreciation.
She was quite happy with how things turned out.
Tell me she's been good on her word.
Oh yes, like a fairy godmother. The fleet won't touch us now, and the borders are open. We can go or stay. Our lives are ours again.
Nice.
You know, for someone who's experienced death I don't know how many times, I really thought that was the end of the line.
Yes, about that, Adam. There is something you should know.
Just say it.
You took several hits to most of your vital parts. We had to use donor organs to keep you alive. It was very fortunate that there was a matching donor nearby. Otherwise, Your body may have rejected
That's
the new
very,
parts.
very handy.
Do you understand what I'm saying, Adam?
Can't say I failed to see the irony. Suppose I should be thankful to be one again.
Very, very, very good. Basically saying there that obviously the bad Roslyn was a donor for the vital parts that he required to stay alive. Somewhat ironic indeed. Okay, now I need to remember to save when I can. I'm not doing it again. So that is the end of that. See, we can scroll through there. I always do this. I don't know. I'm going to ask you, is it something that you do? If you get to the end of a game, obviously this is the main storyline, do you then scroll through the credits? Do you ever look? I mean, I always do. I always think it's kind of a rite of passage to do this, only because, you might get to see yourself every now and again. Look, yeah, look. Oh, okay, everybody's like F5, F5. Just skip. Just skip. Camouflaro says, if anything, I look at the voice actors. There's good. I like that. That's good. Yeah. Because then you can get to see who those voice actors are. Very, very good. Yeah. See, we like that. Anyway, we'll skip that. I'm not going to, make you go through it. But yeah, AAA credits take about an hour, indeed. There are quite a lot in there, and everybody that's a tester and everything is as well. We thank you very much.
You got more holes in you than I did.
Yeah, but my only remaining vitals are up top. So what now?
Indeed, Beta Frog's in there as well.
There's always
all
new
the backers
horizons to explore, and with Shaw in charge of G&B, they won't be a problem, at least for now.
Can't rest on your laurels even for a moment, huh?
No, sorry, Ben. We can't.
Protect.
Just sit back.
And I have my doubts there'll be nothing left to do. The DMZ is always full of surprises.
You could say that again.
Adam, I have news. I have been studying the ancient drifts.
Where's Jerry? How you doing?
There's
Peanuts there as well.
We will make it more stable.
I'm actually in the
Maybe
credits
I can
twice.
Still find a way home.
That's my claim to fame.
Ulang?
Yes, Kliko, to Ulang Thradorka.
We believe.
Gruffarama says if I can skip, I skip, but always feel bad. It's fine. It's fine. At least you know who built the game that you played.
I named them Tears of the Mad because, I just thought it sounded cool.
If you use them with bypass, we will have more control over the ancient rifts.
Yes. We will probably be able to create rifts that better conform to our rules.
You see? That's handy.
By the way, Kala, I should compliment you on your language skills.
Nice.
Yes. Eduardo was a good teacher, Kliko.
Well, maybe you can tell us more about your homeworlds when you get the chance.
Nice.
I would be very glad, yes.
Cool. There we are. That's cool. Right, let me just do this. Let me just do that, and then let me just do that over that. Thank you very much, Steam Save Hard. Yeah, we've always made that boo-boo already. Wizard Jerry, can you show me the Arc 9000 fishing minigame, please? No. Thank you very much anyway. Alex over on YouTube did mention about the survey. I will remind everybody at the end as well, but we do currently have a player experience survey on the go. If you want to be involved and put your thoughts about what you thought about Everspace 2, there might be some difficult questions in there because, as Bearded Frog pointed out, you sometimes have to grade things whether you thought what was the best, what was the worst bit, and you might have liked all of the bits. But please do, if you want to be involved, give us your feedback. I will just give you the form link so you can all join in. I'm just putting that into the chat right now. There you go. Take a look there, have a look, and get involved. And you can actually win some prizes as well. There's going to be a chance to win a digital key for one of the titles or DLCs from our game of your choice, or a physical copy of the Art of Everspace 2, which, in fact, I shall just get you, because I didn't show it last time. Totally forgot, but I thought I'd get it this time. Now, it is going to be in reverse on the camera, unfortunately, because my camera's reversed. But there we go. That is the art book. You can win one of these if you want to, if you haven't already got involved. Let me open up to a wonderful page such as that. There we go. You can see all that wonderful artwork that was created for our game. All the different characters, etc. It is a wonderful thing. I know some of you have actually purchased these already, or maybe you got them as backers, but definitely worthwhile for entering if you want to get hold of one of those. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Okie dokie. Right. Cool. So the page, I don't have all the expansions. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you enjoyed the game and you're willing to give feedback, we're more than happy for that. You can buy it whenever you like. There's plenty of sales. Absolutely, whenever you want to. We're not in a rush. We're not going to push you. Flory says it's an awesome book. Yeah, it is, and Lainey's obviously the same. It is a wonderful prize. Right, so let's carry on, shall we? I do need to repair. Look at that damage. Damn. Let's, yeah. I need to do that a little bit. Yeah, we'll do the Scorpion missiles. Right. Anyway, I reached a special bypass, so let's get out of here. Let's see what's going to happen, shall we?
Hey, Kala. I'm at the bypass and would be willing to try out that stabilization method you talked about.
Good, Clico. This is a test phase. Eduardo will explain the technical details.
Got it.
Hello, Adam. I am
Hello,
running
Eduardo.
simulations through your craft to the spatial bypass. Only the concentrated ancient energy. What did you call it? Tears?
Tears of the mad. Because, you know, those guys were driven mad.
Yes, indeed. They need to be added to the relay channel.
Okay. Manually, I suppose.
With the concentrated
Indeed, that's very, very true.
Could change dramatically. But
Eduardo is our best friend. He's very knowledgeable.
I'm used to it by this stage. Bring it on.
Did I mention exploration drones? Or are you really insisting on being part of another dangerous experiment?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, Hive.
Say, go on, Hive. Right, this is obviously the kind of learner introduction to Rifts. Some people, when they enter here, generally you're going to struggle a little bit, or you could potentially struggle. So it is there for a reason. It's kind of, hey, you got to learn the mechanics of a rift. Some people fly through it because obviously they're very aware of how to combat the systems that are in here. But it can be difficult for new players. But obviously, as you can see, you can ramp it up, you can ramp it down, however you want to do, whatever. I'm just going to do this because it's the test.
And here we go again.
Here we go again. Just because it's part of the quest, and whoosh, in we go. And yes, I did put it on very, very easy. If you do have any questions, please throw them into the chat. We'll get through them, we'll try and answer them, and then if there's any that you've got specifically for Michael, then do throw them my way too. Hello, I didn't mean to do that, but we'll go with it. Tormentor. I do not like tormentors, so I am going to get rid of him as soon as I can. Boom! There we go. I don't think this is going to last very well, to be honest, in a rift on with a Vindicator, but you know, we'll try and make it work. And my skills of a pilot obviously come into play in that as well, not just that it's a Vindicator. Yeah. There we go. Just keep the repaired drones, or the drones repaired. There we go. There we go. Auto firing. Oh, hello. Where are you? Something trying to fire in my face, which is never a good thing. Thank you. There we go. Ooh, hello. We're getting rid of you as well. Thank you. Boop. Off we go. Boop. Thank you. Marvellous. How about you? So yeah, definitely it's a... With the rifts, you've got to be prepared to try, get stronger, get better loot, keep going, try again. Obviously there's a little bit of RNG in there depending upon the modifiers that you can get. So yeah, if you can get all the way to the top end in terms of difficulty, which is our current 4K Rift, then yep, hell of a pilot. I know some of you have done it and done it many times. Specifically, Wizard Jerry is one of those such pilots. He's done, I think, every class now at 4K lunacy, so well above my ability. But I'm probably twice as old as Wizard Jerry, if not more. Skills severely lacking, and that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. There we go. Thank you. Out of there. Right. Another raider. Are you gonna go? Hello. It's giving me something of a problem. There we go. Hello, Madcap. Yeah, well. You're gonna go. Yeah, get rid of you. Go. Thank you. Go going. Fire them back. Hit him in the face. If I can. Easier said than done. Whoop. Well, slowly getting there. I'm just going to repair the drones with the wreckage if I can. All the more fighting fit. All good action. Stew rake. But yeah, it can be, like I said, there's a lot of work to do, and once you get a stronger build, it might come a bit easier to you, because obviously you can stand the damage that you might take, or your survivability will definitely increase, but also your output of DPS will be amazingly high as well. I will catch up with all the chat. It's always very difficult when you're in a rift trying to concentrate. There we go. So that stage resolved, and I'm just going to make sure that everything is repaired up. But yeah, as I go through, I'll definitely ask, answer as many questions as we can as they come in. The death counter is covered in dust, but we know where it is. Oh dear. Right, so at the end of a stage, obviously I've completed the stage. My resolve is at 100%. My progress is 100%, and my resolve has not reached 0. Now, at the end of each stage, you usually get an option, or 2 or 3, and in this case, depending on which portal we use, one of these modifiers would actually apply. The first one is enemies are resistant to EMP. That's probably not a good idea for me, because one of my equipment, or some of my equipment, is EMP. But we'll see what else we've got. Enemies have 50% increased movement speed. Okay, and then lastly, every time an enemy is destroyed, all the enemies present are repaired by 20% of their maximum hull points. Now, that could be good, especially if you are single targeting, because if you're just basically taking down one target rather than doing damage to several targets, then obviously that can be helpful, because the other enemies around you are already going to be at full damage, or sorry, full health, full hull hit points rather, so they're not going to need to be repaired. Bearded Frog says, I hate that modifier, I need EMP. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to take that one either. So Camouflage wants to know, actually, curious, how many hours does everyone have clocked on Everspace 2, on Steam for Everspace 2? I'm 157, did not even finish the Wrath of the Ancient story yet. Yeah, I've got hundreds of hours, because obviously I've not necessarily got it on Steam. I don't always play through Steam, etc. So dev builds, etc. Floor is 715. Indies at 50 hours, but I haven't played in a few months. I think the other thing is, I think this gameplay is about 35 hours. But anyway, I digress a little. Let us know what you've been doing. Let's dive in. We're going to try this one, maximum hull hit points. It could be a disaster, but we shall see how we go. I'm a special case. That is very true. That is very true. I like to think it's because that's why I work for Rockfish, is because I'm special. So the modifier is active as repair on kill. Like I say, you just need to focus down on one, and we're going to focus on this crusader rather. But we're still going to use the EMP, which is fine. Right, he's down. Yep, there we go. We're going to repair where we can as well. Get the drones. The drones are our friends. So Prospector, let's get him down. Okay. There we go. Another one done. Oh, can't fight her. Come on. These shields out of the way. There we go. Hit with a corrosion in there as well. Ooh, hello. Shields are getting an absolute batter in there, which is not good. Whoop. Let's hit the phalanx. Let's give it some beans, shall we? There we go. That one's gone down. See, they have to be nearby as well to get the damage buff once you kill them. So there's no guarantees that just because you kill something quite a distance away. All right, let's reconstruct the drone as well. Hello. Repair the drones. The drones are taking a bit of a battering. They are indeed. They're tanking the old drones. Yeah, thank you. Right, let's just keep these drones up and active if we can. Yeah, you're down. Thank you. Wreckage there. So I'm going to keep flying around doing the wreckage if I can. Yeah, I'm only doing this on a very easy lunacy. But this is in no way, shape or form a build that's ideal for taking on much higher. Nasty. There we go. A bit of EMP. That's nice. You've got corrosion on you. I think the other thing that's really helping me is actually the corrosion. The auto fire on the corrosion missiles is very, very handy. Yeah. Don't want you. Thank you. Oh, hello. Stop shooting me. That's not very nice. That's that one done. How are we doing? Resolves high. That's good. Get rid of the drone. You can go pesting things. People didn't like drones. There's some less liked drones than others. We did a poll last year which was always very, very, very revealing about how people thought, or what people thought to various drones. And yeah, sniper drones were not very, very nice. Weber drones as well. But yeah, there's always a counter to something. And it's how you deal with that counter. It can be whether you survive a run in a rift or whether you don't, even in the normal gameplay too. So, right, let's hit you. There we go. Stage 2. Southern Peanut has done the survey. Thank you very much. Like I say, we've put the link into the chat. We'll do it again. We'll put the link in at the end. So if you do want to have a look at joining in on there, please do. Yeah, somebody's asked if Wizard Jerry could do 2 rifts at once. I think he'd probably be able to try. So loot quality, enemy hit point bars are hidden, but it does give us 15% loot quality, which is always nice. Or enemies take 50% down. Ooh. I do not like that one. That is a fact. I don't like that one. Now the reason is that 300 meters range, a lot of that can depend on your weapons. Let me just repair my drones. There we go. Okay, that's repaired. So I'm probably going to go hit point bars. It's awkward, but again, if you single target, you're eventually going to wear it down. Now the reason that I'm going to take that is you've got to look at your weapons. So the range on my Synchro Pulse is 1500 meters. So anything basically like 3/4 of my weapon or 4/5 of my weapon range is going to be rubbish. Same with the Pigeon Stare, it's 1200, so 300 meters, you know, I'm going to be losing 900 meters of effective range there, so it's all going to be close. So I'm probably not going to use that. I'm going to have to go for the hit points. I think is the only option on this one. So anyway, now the modifiers still stay, so you can see in the far corner, obviously the Rift Repair on Kill is still active, but now this one comes into play on top of, so it gets progressively more difficult. Progressively more difficult. Right, let's pick a group to attack, and we'll take on this one with the drone. Hello, drone. There we go. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Hang on. Car Interceptor. Okay. It's so strange. You can target them, but you just don't know if you've done any damage. It's like, you can see the shield. You can see the shield glow there. Ooh, hello. That was nasty. There we go. Oh, that's handy. There we go. Ball. You can go. Thank you. And you. Let's repair the drones. Cool. Yeah, so literally once I get them within the range, they're not too bad. So targeting them... Ooh, hello, mine there. Oh, it's him. Demolisher. I'm trapped. I'm caught in a trap. There we go. Repair that drone. Keep going. Right, there's another drone body there. Keep going. Hang on, let me just... Wow, wow, how did he end up all the way over here? What the hell blew him up? Right, construct the drone. I needed to use that really because I just need to get the drone up and running. I won't repair the drone. Thank you. Okay, that's good. That's good. You get the repair on the drone again. I'm chasing wreckages at the moment. Oh, you can go where? Now remember, it's only a 50% reduction. It's not that they won't do any damage whatsoever, but obviously 50% is quite a reduction. So if I can get within 300 meters and do... Oh, ouch.
Bravo.
That is not fun. Come on. Thank you. How are we doing with you in the mines? He's a pain. I don't actually... He's a bit of problematic because I don't actually know what I am doing in terms of damage to him. There we go. We got rid of him. That's fine. That's fine. That's good. How are we doing? We could do with revitalizing a little bit on our drones. We're not looking good at the moment. Got the outlaw radar. There we go. Give him a bit of that. Wow, you're not dying, are you? There you go. Yeah, we could do with some drones. Thank you. Yeah, you're going construct a drone. Yeah, construct a drone. Yeah. It's definitely field maintenance is is this ship. We're having some funsies with it. Let's just get the phalanx so we can try and kill things a little bit quicker if we can. Ooh, Proto Scout, you're a wiggly one, aren't you? Come on, thank you. There we go, we've got the drones back on, which is always good. We've got wreckage, madcap. Okay, come on. Let's do that. So we've got a bunch of wreckage here that we can use to keep things topped up, which is nice. Freelance Crusader, or Freelance Rent Crusader. Come on, die! Like I say, we've just got to be careful. Hey, there we go. Right, let's get that repaired. Nice, right. Oh, hang on, let's just get this wreckage. So this is the portal. Did that wreckage just disappear? That just disappeared, that's fine. So, Pivot tries to relocate by boosting away. Oof. Don't like that. I just like... in the chat, Wizard Jerry's just said that they've just finished the 4K Rift. So in the time it's taken me to get to the boss stage on a level 100, he's actually finished a 4K Rift. But his build will be phenomenally different to mine. And let's see skill levels. Boop. Right, let's go in. Let's take on the boss. Let's see if we can do it. So it's periodically going to jump away, which is annoying, but I can kind of mitigate that somewhat and jump after him. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Right, here he is. Yeah. Just sit in your face. Oh yeah, you're immune to that. We'll give you a bit of corrosion injector. Yeah. Just trying to see if there's anywhere that I can actually hit him. That would be good. He's going down quite well actually. He hasn't jumped away. I think it's probably because I've parked in his face a little bit. And he's like, so Tip, he's got his shield back up. You can always kind of irritate him. There we go. And we're done. Hey! And he brought all his friends as well. Snooze you lose. Snooze you lose. Cool. And then after that, whoosh, we get extracted. Dear.
Adam, I have registered something strange at a nearby location.
What is it, Kala?
There appears to be a large accumulation of Kions, a kind of hypergluon at Union Bridge, Kliko.
Kai, glue, hyper, what?
It is a distinct
Indeed.
Toka indicator of ancient technology.
There was a related broadcast on emergency channels 1 minute ago.
When were you gonna tell me?
I just did.
Thanks. I'm gonna take a look. Kala,
I love Hive. I think he's
Be
great.
attentive on approach, Kliko. This could be a very unstable phenomenon.
Excellent. So there we go. After finishing the main story, then you get access to the incursions as well. So there's obviously something there. Now, we did actually get quite a bit of stuff. Obviously, when you exit a rift, all the loots come with you. So you can collect it up, hoover it up. So hopefully I've got enough room. Yeah, I think I have. I should be okay. And then obviously you can then improve your ship and abilities on there. Anyway, so let's just pull it all in. Give me all the stuff. So we've got a new ship module unlocked, which was the cockpit heavy one, which is nice. Yeah. And then we can have a look at all the variety of stuff. Now, we did actually drop one of the powerful weapons, which is the Nova Flak. Interesting. So we might need to look at that as well. We've got some good stuff as well. Ooh, we got an improvement over our Synchro Pulse there. That's not a bad upgrade, really. That is not a bad upgrade. I think I'll take that. I'll swap that out. We've still got the pigeon stare. Starting to get a little bit long in the teeth there, isn't it? It really is. Might have to switcheroo to that. That's an improvement. Although shields, massive drop on the shield. So okay. Let's put that in. Part of the autonomous set. So we've just swapped it out, which is good. Anything else that we want to sell, use, possibly, maybe, could do. So, energy consumption's a lot higher, but speed's a little bit better. Okay. See what we're going to do. We're going to fly on. We're going to go to Union Bridge because we need to investigate these things called incursions. If you've got any questions as well, for Michael specifically, or if you've just got questions in general, get them thrown into the chat. We can put them to him very, very shortly once we've gone through some of the incursions. He's more than ready, I think, to answer all sorts of questions. And I've got quite a few lined up for him as well. So, yeah, we'll see how he handles them. Slithering penis, yeah. I'm a flak mining for me. Yeah, you got to use the flak, haven't you? I mean, it's just dumb.
What the scrap is this? Those strange beacons must be the source of the energy spikes Kala registered. Kala, I'm at Union Bridge. There are two oddly shaped objects here, possibly of ancient origin.
Is this an infrequent occurrence in the cluster, Nama?
You bet. And there are ships materializing in their vicinity.
Indeed.
They have the same glow as in the rifts.
Interesting, Kliko. Can you get closer so your ship can acquire some data for me to analyze?
I can try, but this is confusing. Everyone's shooting at everybody.
Focus on the
everybody's shooting at everybody.
They have something to do.
Amazing.
Got it.
Be careful, Toka.
Be careful, Toka. Right, let's do this incursion. Let's go check it out, what it's all about.
These craft are infused with ancient energy, as suspected. Similar to those in the rifts. Their sudden manifestation in the DMZ should be a matter of concern.
Indeed.
I wonder if our opening up the rifts had something to do with this.
Indeed. Did it?
Source. Let's take them down.
Okay. So let's see if we can do this. So in an incursion, obviously, same as rifts, you can be fighting anything and everything, but particular, at various points when you take down or kill enough of the enemies, the shields drop.
The beacon was impacted by energy which dissipated from the destroyed vessel. Its shield strength has been compromised as a result.
I was just explaining it all, which is good.
Just keep shooting.
Just keep shooting. See? If in doubt, just keep shooting. Repair the drones as well as we go past.
Any clue? They can't get through. The shield is too strong.
Yeah, I accidentally hit the beacon there. Not what I was intending to do, if I'm honest. Right, come up. Target.
Shields is down.
Okay. Now we can hit it with everything we've got, as much as we can. You can see that the shield or the integrity is dropping, but the shield is going to come back up soon. Let's hit it with the pickings there. There we go.
Scrap. The shield is back up.
It did. Did he just repair that?
We require all the assistance we can get to defend Union Bridge.
I won't leave you in the lurch.
It won't leave you in the lurch. There we go. We'll keep damaging as much as we can.
That's right. Just back me up.
Just back me up. He's like a truck. Adam the truck. Just gotta back him up. Come on, Outlaw Raider. Just blow up. Be good. We need you to blow that. Say thank you. Right, the beacon is exposed. Let's give it some damage as well. Yeah, we're gonna get damage down.
Spatial interference reduced.
Oh!
Defenses have reset.
Wait, we got it down to 1%. What? Oh dear. That's just ridiculous. That was just nuts. It was nuts, I say. Just ridiculous. Didn't need down to that percentage. Right, okay. Thank you. There we go.
One down. Does that make a difference?
It has not entirely stemmed the incursion.
See, it's not stemmed the incursion. Damn it. Right.
Abominations be damned.
Yeah, you can go. Boom. There we go. I'm going to try and get over here so I'm a bit closer to the actual beacon so I don't have as far to head. Okay. There we go. Once it drops the shield. Right now. Unprotected. Let's get some damage on it if we can. Nearly there. Okay, nearly.
Is no longer vulnerable.
No longer vulnerable. Okay, come on. Come on. There.
Ghosts passing on the stellar winds. Gone, Pleco.
Okay, she's giving it some mystic juice there, was Carla. I think we should have that as a drink. That'd be cool. Mystic juice.
I've been detected.
No. Come on. Ouch. Set my shields down.
Shields are down on the beacon.
Shields are down. Shields are down. Come on, give it some phalanx. Let's get this down. Can we? Can we? Can we? Boom. Done. Woo. Excellent.
Look at that.
More baubles from the unfathomable unknown. You seem pleased.
I'm glad it's over. It seems like the ships can't function without the energy from the beacons. Were you able to collect data for Kala?
Yes. All known quantifiers have been communicated.
Kala, the beacons have been destroyed and the attackers along with them. Can you tell us anything from the data?
Can you?
The beacons were indeed ancient energy constructs originating from within the rifts. It is possible, Toka, that the energy was condensed in the rifts, and then somehow materialized in the DMZ.
Do you think it was our playing around in there that triggered this?
Have we been messing around as colonials in rifts and we brought it upon ourselves?
It could occur again. With the collected data, I can detect such incursions as they're forming. You would be able to respond before they fully open.
I hope word doesn't get around that we were the cause of this. Let's just try to keep it under control and figure out how to stop it later.
I will mark the events on your map when they transpire. Now, Toka, have a look at the beacon's remains.
Ooh.
I am registering something.
We get a nice little shiny. Always like a nice little shiny. Boom. There we go. More stuff. Oh, hello.
What's this?
Let's just
what do you
dismantle
make
that.
of this item I picked up at the
How we
beacon
dismantle
site?
that?
It's ancient tech of some kind. It looks like a container of sorts. Perhaps of holy significance, Nama? Like a kind of reliquary. I think we should experiment with this next time we use a spatial bypass, since its tech shows similarities, Kliko.
Cool. So there we go. We got a reliquary, which is our first one, obviously, that we've dropped. It tells you there exactly what they are, how you use them, how you open them, how you get them into your kind of gameplay loop so that you can improve your gear, which is very, very nice. There we go. So I've got a lot of gear in there. I'm going to have to sort that out. Attribute locking is now available as well. One of those wonderful features that everybody kind of asked for and said, look, I want to lock things down. I don't want to lose this specific attribute off this item. Can we lock it? Yes, you can now. It's now available to you at that point. There we go. Look at that. Oh, I'm full of stuff. I'm going to have to dock somewhere. In fact,
the DMZ is getting stranger by the day.
It is.
I'm glad we had you on our
You're not
side.
wrong. I'm just going to go dock and then we can save. And at that point,
We're assessing that as we speak.
I might have to bring the big boss man in himself.
Probably a good idea.
Beautiful's like, go nightmare, go nightmare. I'm like, are you mad? Are you mad? Right, let's get docked. Dive in there. We'll sell some stuff. We'll do a repair. I was actually getting quite a bit of a battery in there, wasn't I? It really was. Right, let's sell some. Let's just go to the shop. Let's see. Nah, blasters. Don't need them. Rockets, no. That's the reliquary. We don't need that one. Don't need that one. Yeah, confirm. That can go into there. Combat drone will keep. That can go. Rubbish. Keep that now. Ooh, cruise missiles. Keep that bad boy. Definitely keep that bad boy. Powerful shipbreaker stuff. Ooh. Yeah, see, that's an endurance unit though. I do like that. No, we're going to keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Get rid. More armor, we get less for kill. Something good. Yeah, that's not too shabby. And we have got an Inferno bioweapon, which is very, very nice. Bearded Frog says, the old Gary ran from freighters, new Gary takes down rifts in case. Yeah, well, you see, you know, I've upped my game. I had to up my game a little bit. Right, let's just check if there's any more questions that I need to answer before we switch over to speaking with Michael. There is one there particularly which I can answer now, and that was from Bearded Frog. Is the physical art book available more globally yet, or is it still a struggle? We're currently blocked. It has been a problematic journey for the art books, to be honest, but we're still looking into seeing if we can make it more available, but it has been problematic, but we want to get it into other people's hands as well, as much as I'm sure you guys want to get it if possible. So yeah, we have struggled with that. We're quite transparent about it. It has been an absolute pain, but we're still going to carry on. So don't worry. Right, I'm just going to take a quick switcheroo. Ooh, get this saved, because I've moved on. Always remind me to save. Please remember me to save, because I always forget. There we go. We're going to save. There, we're saved. Yay. Right, a quick switcheroo, and then I shall be back with a certain Mr. Sharda. 1 second. Da-da-da! We have a Michael again. Say hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Actually, I'm getting him trained. Yeah, we've got a wonderful Michael back with us to answer some of the questions that we didn't actually get through on our last stream, which was last month. Seems years ago. You'd almost think it was 2025 or something, but yes.
Technically, it was last year.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed.
Right?
Yeah. So we've got Michael back with us to answer some of the questions that we've got already in the document. If you have any more, please do throw them into chat. Lee's going to collect them and we'll try and get through them as well. He's here for a little while, spending some of his Friday night talking to you guys and specifically me. But I'm going to dive in with them, Michael. We've got a few that I'm sure you've got plenty to talk around. So yeah. First one we have from the Kraken187 over on YouTube, and he wants to know, what do you feel sets Rockfish Games apart from other AAA or indie studios, for example, and what's the focus on standing out?
Yeah, we're clearly not a AAA studio, so that's something for sure. And I dare to say we never will be a AAA studio. That's just way out of our league. Mm-hmm. We feel very comfortable where we're at with AA indie and the way we've grown into. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the biggest differences is that we are very much a bottom-up studio. So Christian, my partner, and I, we are not game directors. We're not programmers. We are not the the designers, mm-hmm. and not artists and whatnot. So the game is made by the team, and the team thinks about cool stuff, and then they try, or they are able to sell it to us as the management team, which is unusual because typically in Indian studio you have the founders being mm-hmm. the CTO, creative director, or a great artist. Mm-hmm. That's not the case. It has never been the case. I mean, back in the days when Christian and I started with architectural visualization, so Christian was using AutoCAD to draw these, to take the drawings from the architects and build a 3D model, and then I took it and put textures on it and mm-hmm. Applied materials and put lights and cameras and whatnot. And then he was doing the video editing. So we do have a little background in computer graphics, mm-hmm. but in our day-to-day business, since we've making games primarily, mm-hmm. it's the team, they make the game. And then it's Christian, and my job is like to keep the lights on, and my job is like to do the marketing, PR with now my awesome marketing team. And I think this sets us apart. So typically in an indie studio, this is also why they often partner with the publisher, mm-hmm. but we have this publishing in-house. So I think this is one. And then obviously being so focused on a specific genre, that mm-hmm. is also unusual. Because oftentimes you see indies say, well, they try one thing, mm-hmm. If it works great, then they want to try something else, which is great, and I get it, but it's super risky because you don't know if you can land another hit. You can always say, so this new game was made by the makers of such and such. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do have a marketing, you have a leg up there. Yeah. But it's so much more efficient if you have a brand, if you stick to it, and if you can evolve it. So I think this is probably one of the things. And then especially with space games, space combat games that are deemed to be niche, to say, well, this is the one that we excel in. Yeah, there are not too many out there, so that's probably it.
No, that's good. I mean, it's it is a risky business, and we know how obviously recently it's been so volatile throughout the industry, and I think Everspace 2 has been a fantastic continuation of what we're good at doing, and I think we've said that quite a lot. But no, cool insight. Yeah, what be AAA? You know, that's a whole new territory, and I think Michael and Christian definitely prefer to be independent as well.
No.
I like that. Bearded Frog asked a question last time out from over on YouTube, and he wants to know, what was it that first inspired you to get into game development directly, as well as what games actually have inspired you?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, the first studio was architectural visualization. I think I shared the story last time, how we got into gaming using game engines at the end of this 10-year tenure of making architectural visualization. And the reason when the opportunity showed up back then with Sony Ericsson, I shared the story already. the reason why, when I came back from that meeting, when Sony Ericsson wanted us to make like 5 demo games for the Sony Ericsson, I don't know what it was, one of the first Java phones that could render 3D graphics. So I came back to Christian and said, well, this is our chance to get out of work for hire. Because architectural visualization is work for hire. And you always have the problem, you either have too many projects going on or you have too many people. It's so hard to balance this right. And then you also have never an upside. So let's say you do a job for somebody else and you do this extra grade and you put in the extra hours, you won't get these extra hours paid. But if you make a game and if you go the extra mile and if you make it extra great and then it takes off, then there's the upside. And so this is actually, I mean, if we're talking business here, right? This is not a charity what we're doing. So of course it's about making money. So if you have a great hit, and this is why, this is also, I mean, this is true for the entire gaming industry. This is why the gaming industry is so big. There's no other business where you can have a certain amount of money that you invest into a title and into the marketing and whatnot, and then you can make 50 times, 100 times your money back. So, yeah, that can be very lucrative, but obviously high risk, high reward. So it's like games. But to be brutally honest, I like the idea of being independent. Like not having to hope for the next project coming in. And then people don't pay you or pay late. And then they always complain about things. So work for hire, I always said, is kind of limbo because you never know how it goes. And once you have a title that really sticks, and if you found something, then you can grow, right? You put another title on top, and then obviously with our team has been now with us for more than 20 years. They get better with every game that we do, as long as we stick to the same genre. And this is really the opportunity. But I mean, of course, this is also very hard to get into the industry, getting into the business, because it is so competitive. But this very deal, the very first deal with Sony Ericsson, that was the opening door. That was the Kickstarter for us. And then I came back to Christian and said, we're done doing architectural visualization. We're doing games now. Back then it was mobile games. And I said, it's 3D. We were one of the first. And we knew from our machine engineering studies, so after 3D, there is no other iteration. That's it. So you go from black and white, you go to color, you go to 8-bit, 16-bit and whatnot, and then it's 3D. But after 3D, that's it. That's the end of the line. Of course, there's new technology coming, but nobody's going to steal our lunch as long as we stay within our niche. So
cool.
That's why.
I like that background. It's an interesting story of how you progress, and certainly, you know, in an industry that's difficult, you don't want to be chasing invoices, chasing payments, and everything. But as you said, there's still a risk, a high risk.
Yeah, and I mean, let's not forget, right? It's not like we didn't fail on this way, on this journey. So we lost the studio twice actually, and had to start from scratch. So but now we're very happy that we're in this place. I'm super grateful how successful we are within our, our limits, basically. So as we said, we're not AAA, we're doing AA, we're doing space games, and that's what we love.
Cool. Nice little kind of affidavit for the way that the studio is run and how it has been such a success. We had a message from Jason Korjo Badziak over on YouTube the last time out, and he just said, I just wanted to say while you're here, thank you to you and the team for making one of my absolute favorite games of all. You have no idea how many times I've recommended, because it's just great. And I think that's what we love to hear. I mean, this is so near, so dear to us. It really opens my heart, because, I mean, yeah, of course, it's about making money, of course. But at the end of the day, the fulfilling part is like you make a game and you put it out there, and then you hope for the best. Well, through early access, we've been working with our fans to make it even better. And then ideally, the majority, the vast majority, give you the thumbs up and say, we love this, more of this, and this is super rewarding, and no money in the world can buy this feeling if you are together with a group and then you start from scratch. I mean, when we started, nothing existed, so we have to come up with everything ourselves and then reiterate
and then bring it out. It's a huge financial risk for an independent studio like us. And so it's a combination. So obviously, to keep the lights on and to progress, you have to make money. And yes, the more the better. But at the same time, it's also like getting this feedback and getting the love from the community, but also critics, because that helps us to make an even better game next time.
Yeah, I think it's something that we've always been receptive to. Good feedback, bad feedback. However, it's just feedback because it kind of gives you a kind of compass of where you're at, which I think we're very, very receptive to. So speaking of that, obviously, just a reminder, if you do want to get involved with the Player Experience Survey, then do dive in. It's up until the end of January. We want the feedback. We want to hear what you thought about Everspace 2. So I just thought I'd segue that in there. And do give us that feedback. Question from Denizo 9263 on YouTube. Sticking with YouTube here. This is probably something that you might not know too much, but obviously you're very close to Unreal Engine 5 optimization. He's asking it's because it's becoming more and more apparent that gathering the required hardware to play is becoming harder every day.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we just had the discussion for our next game, what kind of hardware specs we should shoot for. And obviously it's super early days. We're still in prototype phase, so very far away from announcing anything. But these kind of discussions start very early.
Yeah.
Because when you're making a new game, you want to make sure that you do something that's in a couple of years from now, in the future, hits wherever the market is, the vast majority. At the same time, you also want to make sure that whatever hardware innovation comes along, you're already ready for it. If you make a game and design it without, potential, using the latest, the upcoming technologies, then you will come out with an outdated game in a few years from now. So obviously, that's not a good idea.
No.
Then at the same time, DRAM prices quadrupled within what was it, 6 months or so?
Yeah.
So right now we actually brought a few new team members on board, and now we're buying new computers. And then Casper, our producer, was like, by the way, DRAM is really expensive now. And Christian, our CEO, was like, what? How much? we should have bought computers like a year ago, just in advance.
Yeah.
It's still fine. It's not a huge part of the studio, but nonetheless. So yeah, in optimization, you can always do so many things, but when we moved from Unreal Engine 4 to 5, we already had the help of Tanglewood Studios, which is a studio that's specialized in performance optimization, and some of their team has been with Epic Games, so they really understand the engine inside out. And we could do what was commercially reasonable, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
You can optimize forever, right? But then at some point, it's just the costs go up and you never make the money back because it doesn't help so much. And there are also certain levels, then you suffer in quality so much that if people see the trailer and then they get the game, and if it's like cooked down too much, then people also complain. So, well, this is not what I saw. Well, of course not. Because we made it run on a toaster, right?
Yeah.
So in theory, everything runs on every hardware, but there are certainly reasonable limits. So, legal technicality would be like within commercial reason. So that's what you have in a contract.
Yeah.
To partner with somebody. If it's like getting way too expensive, and then it's always a negotiation. What is this? How much work is too much?
Yeah.
And as far as I remember, migrating from Unreal Engine 4 to 5 took us half a year. Not the entire team, but the tech team.
Yeah.
So there was already a huge investment. And I think we're pretty much done here. I think this Unreal Engine 5.7 is already out. Theoretically, we could have a look at it, but right now everybody's on a new project. So I want to keep your expectations at bay. We're not looking into putting a ton of hours into Everspace 2 right now. It's
Yeah, I think that is kind of understandable, and we're putting the message out there to players, and just as a reminder.
I get it. Fair question. Yeah, yeah. Would I love to sell it to more people who have a lower PC or console even? Sure, right? Yeah. I mean, it was already a big sacrifice that we couldn't launch on PS4 and Xbox One, but they were just way too weak, and the CPU was like a mobile CPU, but also memory is a huge issue because just another technicality. Everspace 1 used real-time lighting, and Everspace 2 we had baked lighting.
Yeah,
and it's like with all the pre-baked global illumination, the game became so big, and when you change locations, we always have to load and unload these lighting solutions. Yeah, it's not doable. We would have had to go back to real-time lighting, and then obviously the game doesn't look as great anymore. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's a good technical insight actually, as to the time it takes to transfer to a new engine. All the kinks and everything have to be worked out, and I remember the amount of testing we had to do when we switched to the new engine, just to make sure everything, because it broke so much when we switched from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, and we did it for a reason, and we're glad that we did, because as you said, we'd been behind the ball, such a thing. And no, a nice insight there. Thank you, Michael. Now we've got a question from somebody over on Reddit called Not Too Drunk. Okay, I don't think they're drinking enough.
Okay.
But anyway,
cheers. Cheers, water.
Yeah, indeed. Any plans for companion media like books or graphic novels? They think that they would actually devour any lore set in the Belgrades at this point, whether it's about the Okar, the war, the ancients, Carla, inner species, etc.
We would love to. I always dreamed of having a novel, maybe even a TV series, but let's not kid ourselves. We're not successful enough for this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that makes sense if you sold a couple million of copies. That's not us. As soon as we're there, then we would start having discussions with certain partners. We wouldn't do it ourselves. I know Lee is very active and having these talks. I mean, we had these talks, but then they see the numbers. So Everspace 1 sold, what is it, including DLC, 2.5 million copies, but that's including DLC.
Yeah.
And then Everspace 2, we're still in the few 100,000 where we haven't touched a million copies yet. So this will still come further down the line with lower price points. But very, very unlikely, unfortunately. But never say never. Maybe in the future. But right now, no plans.
No. I mean, like I say, it's very, very difficult, and it's something that I think so many people on the team would love to see. I mean, it would be just amazing, all of a sudden, something like a TV series. But that would be the dream, but not necessarily reality, which we're definitely working in. So moving on, switching back to a YouTube question from Invincible117X. They want to know, what was the actual inspiration, or can you remember the inspiration of making this amazing game universe? Where did it kind of come to fruition from?
Yeah, I'd say it's never one inspiration. So it's a couple of things. So obviously, I mean, if you're making a space game, you look at Star Wars and you look at Star Trek. And I played a lot of Halo back in the day. Then Destiny was a big inspiration, especially the loot mechanics. But then we also looked at movies, the clone theme. So obviously Blade Runner had a huge impact on us.
Yeah.
But then there was also one movie, what was it called? The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay,
was also about cloning.
Yeah.
And there's this one, the boss fight at the end, spoiler, where he fights the villain, and then the villain is like half dead, and then he clones himself. And then the new clone is kind of unfinished and completely quirky and looks gory and everything. And then he comes out and finishes off the villain. And before he finishes the villain off, he's like, how can you do that? I brought you to life. And dude, I'm a copy of yourself. What are you thinking? Of course I'm finishing you off, and then pulls the trigger. And I found that so dark. And that is something I told Uwe. I would love to have something like this at the end of, spoiler, Everspace 1. When you come to the lab, then you have a similar interaction with your clone father. But this obviously it's not the same.
Yeah.
But this is then that explains. So we're taking these kind of bits and we're like, oh, this is cool. But how can we bring this into our game, but in a different way? So that's one. And then when we designed Everspace 1, there was Edge of Tomorrow, live, die, and repeat. And this is why. Then Uwe and I saw, well, we would love to tell a story within a roguelike. That's not the typical one that progresses.
Yeah.
And the movie is perfect for that. It was like, this is what we want to do. And then we tried to implement this structure of the movie and put it into the first Everspace. And then in the second Everspace, it was more like people said, well, but I don't want to lose everything. And then I want to have a safe game. And then we said, well, you only have one life.
Yeah.
And some people say the story in Everspace 1 is better. Because it has this unusual narrative structure.
Yeah.
And it is not clear what's happening. And then Everspace 2 is more like traditional and classic. So a bit more safe, which is why we got a bit fair of critics say, well, actually I like Everspace 1 better story-wise. And I have to admit, they have a point.
Yeah, so. That's interesting. So let's go background. There is a different question that was from Seven Nindo on Twitch, was asking why space games. What's the drive behind the choice? But I think obviously with you having, we have like Star Wars, Star Trek. I mean, there's such a massive IP that having something that kind of reflects that a little is a very smart choice.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, I also think we covered this last time. So real quick, is like back in the day, we did so many games on mobile phones that could barely render anything in 3D.
Yeah.
So making a space game coming from Elite Dangerous or Elite, not Elite Dangerous, Elite on 64, then Wing Commander on PC. We're like, well, that is something we could try, and it resonated because there was also an underserving of space combat games for about a decade or so. Nobody did that when first-person shooters came up.
Yeah.
And then with mobile gaming, then we were kind of the first. So we were before Elite Dangerous, before Star Citizen, we had this big success with Galaxy and Fire on mobile phones. So maybe we also encourage David Bryan and Chris Roberts, well, space games, still hot. What are these Germans are doing there? I don't know. I don't know, but
maybe one day we'll be able to ask them and just say, we'll be an inspiration. And
I mean, Chris Roberts did this fantastic shout out for our Kickstarter back then, and we're grateful forever. That was awesome. I mean, 2,000 backers came over, and we can connect about, or how to say, tie more than 100,000 euros in backing coming from Star Citizen backers. So
wow.
And Chris Roberts sent a newsletter out just because of our Kickstarter. It was not like a footnote. It was just about the Kickstarter. And so thanks, Chris.
Yep.
That was fantastic. So,
and I think that's why we like to shout out other independent devs as well. We've done that in the past, and I know you're very much passionate about the fact that we need to uplift others within the industry, because it is difficult. And to get a shout out from a big game such as Star Citizen was amazing for us, and specifically from Chris Roberts.
I mean, there's no other, there's no bigger crowdfunded game than Star Citizen. There probably never will be.
No. Definitely. Right, I've actually got a question for you, Michael, that I need to kind of ask you. And if there was one aspect of game development which you'd like to actually excel at, what would it be? So other than being a CEO, would it be an artist, a musician, a designer? What would be the one thing that you would like to do?
Me personally, the stuff that Marco does, the technical artist.
Okay.
It's amazing. I love it. But I'm not creative enough. So I would understand the technical background, probably, maybe, I don't know. But I think it's fantastic. It's like what you can do with shaders and all these effects and whatnot. Also, I always like the the touch point between technology and creativity and art. If I had to pick one, it would be tech artist or VFX artist.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I played with World Builder back in the day.
Yeah.
So we did world building, and then I put houses in there. So
See, we're peeling back the desires of Michael here. You say, he'd love to be a technical VFX artist. So now we know. I'm glad I asked. It just came to me today, and I thought I'm going to ask.
Good question.
I've got a comment from Grapharama over on Twitch, and this is kind of very relevant to you in your kind of spare time, because we know that you're a Destiny 2 fan. But he just says, please ask Michael kindly and carefully about his current rage level regarding Destiny's 2 Fire and Ice exotic mission.
I mean, how can you? I think I tried it twice and then I died after 20 deaths or 30. I don't know. I gave up. I mean, how can you put an exotic mission into the campaign that checks everything that you learned in the game? And then there is this, it's like in a boss arena. So first it takes like half an hour to get to the boss. Then it's 4 stages. And in the 4th stage, you have to jump into the middle of the arena, touch a switch. And if you land on the stone on the wrong part, the stone vanishes, you fall off, the boss sees you. Oh, by the boss. The boss has an impenetrable shield and a minigun. It melts you within a second. So you have to have an invis build. You have to have super resistance. You have to have high jump. You have to have the skill. I was fucking furious. Yeah. I still am. So my fire team mates, they probably saw I never touched the game since then. I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. Not rage mode. Calm down. No, but to be fair, it was also a time issue. But good question. I was so busy, knee deep in securing a government grant for our next project, and after this stream, Caspar, Christian, and I will push the button, send it to the German government, because they said we need this, and this, and then fingers crossed. We get a nice government grant. So after that, I'll be going back to my fire team and then kill that boss.
Okay. So I think we can deduce from that Michael is not salty at all about that boss fight.
No. Calm as ice, cool as ice.
I love it. I'm glad I asked that. Always very entertaining. Right, speeding on so that your blood pressure comes down. Bearded Frog would like to know, will we do some more premium Michael selects again someday? Would be really dope, especially if Michael can narrate them directly like we did once before.
Yeah. I mean, I know Bearded Frog loves to have it, and I love that he teases me. Don't stop doing it. It's a matter of time. I do it at some point, but also we talked about it for this stream, and then Gary sent me, what was it, 100 screenshots?
Something like that, yeah.
Yes. And it was like, Gary, I'm still knee deep in the cash flow planning for the next 5 years. Nope.
Yep.
Won't make it today.
No, it's very, just so that you're aware, I do ask Michael periodically, but he is very, very busy. Obviously, the importance of funding, etc., and the business of running the company is vital for us.
What do you want? Do you want to have a Michael select, or you want to have another great game from us?
Yeah. I don't think many people will disagree that we want another great game. But
now people would put in this. There's this little girl. They say like the meme from from 20 years ago. Why not both?
Yeah, why not both? Exactly. Yeah. I love that. Right, Excelsior 9170 over on YouTube would like to know, for past projects you've used an in-house engine, but for Everspace, obviously you switched to Unreal Engine. What's the biggest advantage of switching to an external engine, and are there aspects that you miss about your own engine?
Running your own engine is an uphill battle against the big guys. So unless you have a really big team, if you have your own engine, you need at least 5 developers to maintain the engine, implement new features, and then it's always an uphill battle compared to Unreal Engine and Unity, what's out there. So that's one. That is different if you make a game that requires a certain technology. Enshrouded from Keen Games is a great example with their voxel world and then also multiplayer. That's probably only doable if you have your own engine. But when I talk to the guys at Keen, I think they have like about 20 people just on tech.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can only afford to do that if the title is commercially successful enough. And for our genre, your own tech, I don't see that. Again, uphill battle, and we rather focus on having our development resources. The people put the hours that they have into creating great content for you guys, instead of creating technology that might or might not be a big change in terms of what we can do. And I gotta say, I mean, the stuff they can do with Unreal Engine is fantastic. I know that people sometimes complain, yeah, it's slow, and well, I mean, it comes with a price. If you can do a lot of awesome stuff, then it doesn't run on a potato anymore. Okay. Yeah, but it is, we probably even not, I don't know how much we actually use, or really how far we utilize Unreal Engine. There's still things that we like, oh, this, we haven't touched this. A lot of things that we haven't implemented because either it didn't make sense or we didn't have the time. And then every now and then, even the team talks with each other. Oh, did you know you can do it this way? So they're still learning how to use Unreal Engine in the best way possible. So back then, in the mobile days, we had our own engine because there was nothing out there. There was no Unreal Engine, no Unity when you wanted to do 3D mobile games. So this is why we had to. But as soon as the other engines were available, we were like, man, there's no way we can catch up. And then because we had to leave the studio and then start with the Rockfish games, and we signed with this publisher, and they brought a project to us. They had the Unreal Engine license. And this is how we got into Unreal Engine 4. So we were kind of forced to make the pivot. And they were like, and then the team, they loved it. It took like, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, 4 weeks. And then they already produced awesome stuff. We're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then it just, you put it on top. It's fantastic. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Now, funnily enough, just as a segue into the next question, talking about engines and obviously the games that we produced on the older engine, Alex over on YouTube has just said, "Hi, Michael. I think I played all your Java games when I was a kid. I had difficult childhood, and your work helped me a lot. Thank you, Michael. Thank you." So, yeah, that's another little shout out, which we're
I pass this, very happy to pass it to our team.
Exactly. And thank you, Alex, anyway, for letting us know that you enjoyed the game so much as well. Excel's back with another question over on YouTube, and kind of, I'm just going to preface this question that the survey is still open, and then we're going to obviously collate all the information, the player experience survey, at the end of the month once it closes. But I don't know if you can answer this, but he would like to know what was the most surprising insight that we've gained at the moment from the Google survey. Can you think of anything, or do you know?
I don't know anything in particular. We were surprised how many people filled out the survey. We are way over 1,000 people putting like all the details and whatnot. 1,300, I think. So we were hoping for a couple hundred, but that's awesome. Keep it coming. And now we're like, okay, what's the best way to filter this out, get the extract of it? But we're still keeping it open. And then that's a project that probably Jeremy, our marketing manager, together with Jan, our QA manager, but he's also in these kind of tools that help digest the data and extrapolate information out of it. So that's the task, and it will take some time. But it's fantastic to have this. And again, it's like nobody really knows what's the next best thing to do, right? And of course, we want to hear what our fans out there would love us to create. Of course, you don't have all the background, how expensive is a certain feature, and we still have to decide where we should focus on.
Absolutely.
But always good to know what people are hungry for. What's the appetite, so to speak, for our next big menu?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely something that I'm sure we'll dive into and extrapolate that data very carefully and digest it. Type Kibbles on YouTube would like to know, how do you feel about people modding your games and creating content? Because the modding community for certain older mobile game is very active right now.
Are they? Okay. Well, with Java, it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
I mean, go ham. Why not? I mean, we're not connected. I mean, commercially, it doesn't. Obviously, because we don't have the rights to these games anymore. It's not a problem. We would have loved to have modding in Everspace 2, also in Everspace 1. We know that quite a few people asked for this. But every time I brought this up, and Sven, our technical director, is like, okay, how great do we want to make this? What can you mod in the games? Just changing the ships or the backgrounds? Do you want to create new weapons? And he's like, well, this is like a can of worms. And then again, it's like, you don't know how more successful the game will be if you add modding. And typically, the games that are great or have a long life because of modding, they already have been very successful at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I don't know of any great examples where there was a game that has certain success, like us, sold a couple 100,000 the base game, close to 1 million, and then added modding, and then all of a sudden they have like 10 million, maybe 1 or 2. And I also think this is probably better for multiplayer titles because they have people are coming back to these kind of games.
Yeah.
But if you have a story-driven single-player game, you play it and you're done. Even no matter how much endgame content we put in there, at some point people just leave and move on. Fair enough. This is why modding, again, commercially, it makes more sense for us to put effort into creating new content that everybody will enjoy.
Yeah.
Instead of opening our modding. But we had these discussions. We also talked to certain companies that are specializing in modding, and they also were like, yeah, your title, like the amount of copies you've sold, then the single player is not the best fit there. So
yeah, no, that's perfectly understandable, and I think it's a good explainer for people that it isn't just, we'd love to do it, but obviously it has to make a lot of financial sense for us to do, because there's a lot of work involved, and we want to please that kind of everybody as well. Switching back, a couple more questions for you. Seven Indo on Twitch says the perfect Everspace will be a combination of what is best in both games to them. So the question to you is, what would you say the best aspect of each one is?
Everspace 1 and Everspace 2. I mean, the one more run thing in Everspace 1, that feeling, that was really good. To have something that's more activity-based, and then again, to citing Destiny, as that's the way how I play Destiny. So I play a great story until this exotic mission, and it still hurts. And
we can't tell.
And then, and then with Lynn and Sven, my dear Fireteam colleagues, I play anything that's like on this new portal. And we just pick the activity that we like, we see the rewards, and it has this one more run thing. So I think if you have both, you have a great story that you can play alone or with your friends. But then the long game is really like something like strikes, dungeons, even raids, and then you do this one more time, and then depending on how much time you have, maybe you just do a round. And well, we don't have PvP. But even they I would say they pulled me into PvP, and in the end I wasn't doing too badly. Conquering the control. So going to these control points, that's more my thing. Keep my head down. So I think the great story experience, and then having activities, expeditions, in a great universe. So
excellent. Right, our last question that we've got before I've got 10 quick fire questions for you to answer. It's going to be very, very fun, because I'm sure you're going to be like, how can I answer that? So the last question we've got from Desert Vulture over on YouTube is, hi Rockfish Games, what were your influences when it comes to ship designs, like the new ship in the Great DLC? So obviously it'll be about the Wraith that we had in Wrath of the Ancients.
Well, I take a lot of say in the ship design, because at heart I'm a machine engineer, and I'm a petrol head. I love cars, designs, and form follows function. So every now and then I check with Uwe and the team how our ships look, and then if I see something that I'm not a fan of, I don't hold back. And but it's not like, oh, you have to do this and this design. So I'm fairly involved. Uwe makes sure that I see the designs on a regular basis. Most recently, I even joined the weekly vehicle Slack call. So I just listen, and then we have like, how many people? 5, 6 people on the vehicle team. And then it's like everything from like small ships all the way to the big capital ships, which come with all the technical challenges, with the textures and whatnot. And and then if I have time, if I have nothing else going on, then I really appreciate that I can witness how these things grow. And every now and then, there's something I don't like or something I like very much, I call it out. And but it's not like, again, we're not top down, we're bottom up. So the team presents stuff to Uwe, Uwe presents it to me, or I can join the call, and the stuff that they're creating right now, too bad I cannot share anything. I'm not allowed.